I asked all my athletes and followers what makes them feel confident, and here's what they had to say. We all want to look good, but it goes way deeper than that. Confidence is also about knowing that you can rely on yourself. Whether you want to look a certain way, perform like an athlete, or feel strong and resilient in the everyday ways we move our body in life. So let's dig into specific takeaways for your fitness that you can use right away to make 2023 your most confident year ever. All right, number one, confidence looking in the mirror with visible, lean muscle. How do you get it? You lose body fat and build muscle mass. How do you go about that? Resistance training and eating the right amount. Make sure you check out last week's video for a good way to cover your nutrition needs and what I wish I knew about building muscle mass. What will ultimately make you most successful is to do these things consistently. And the things that build consistency are enjoying what you're doing and seeing progress week by week. Here's why I love functional bodybuilding for building consistency. It lets me do resistance training in lots of different ways, so I always feel like there's something new to uncover, even after years of training. For example, in this next training cycle, we're going to be working on landmine pressing and pulling for our strength every Tuesday in the Perform training track. We're going to be working on half kneeling landmine presses and landmine meadow rows. Alternatively, on Mondays in the pump training track, we're going to be working on single leg strength and spinal flexion and extension strength. This is going to include kettlebell Jefferson's curls and hand-supported dumbbell rear foot elevated split squats. Within the training tracks, I can always use the short on time options to prioritize what's really going to move the needle for today when it comes to building consistency and muscle mass. Or I can even use the included Pump 40 bonus ebook to get an even shorter session in that will check all the boxes that I need for the day. All of these options plus the minimalist workout track mean I can build the habit of resistance training week after week, and with each week, I can build on the one that came before it. Next up, number two, building confidence in staying healthy and injury-free. Now, if you're like me and you've had injuries before, you probably live with that fear of them coming back to haunt you, or riding the high of a great wave of training only to take 2 or 3 steps backward when something tweaks. Building confidence in your body's resiliency comes from taking care to warm up properly, to work in full ranges of motion, and to use lots of control and movement quality to build joint strength and stability. Looking at week 1 of the pump training program, on day 1, this session has snatch grip RDLs and kettlebell rack squats. So I'm going to fully prepare for these movements by including the following shin box complex right alongside some bodyweight RDLs into my warm-up. In the shin box complex, I'm going to be doing external rotation work, heel touches, and shin box switches. These mobility moves are baked right into the persist warm-ups, so I don't have to spend extra time in my day on these positions and find extra time for mobility later in the day. Now, within the pump training track, I always have a section that I use to really push my intensity for strength. There's a second section that is used for strength balance, where we work on both sides of my body and train those smaller areas and joints. Finally, the entire week of training has to be balanced so that I don't overtrain one area of my body versus another. So instead of having tons of upper body work 2 days in a row, you can see here that on today, pump week 1, day 1, we're very lower body focused. And then tomorrow, week 1, day 2, we move to a more upper body focused session. And that way we can hit different target areas of the body. Number 3, building confidence in what my body can do. One of the most motivating experiences is when you try something new and feel athletic, agile, strong, and energetic right away. Holding on to that feeling of being able to express your body's abilities makes you feel years younger than you truly are. This is why I love to train work capacity and conditioning with a big menu of skills that help me develop my pacing and putting different movements together. I love weights, I love gymnastics, I love sprints. There are so many combinations that can be put together in thoughtful progressions to develop this athleticism step by step. In my program today, I have an interval conditioning piece that has weighted lifts, bodyweight gymnastics, and cardio, all wrapped into one. It's all thoughtfully put together so that the movements flow from one to the next. You can learn how to develop your pacing with shorter intervals that will progress from week to week. We also use rest periods that give you enough time to recover, allow you to measure your pace for each set, and make your repetitions the best quality possible. In week 1, we're going to use a combination of movements including weighted hanging knee tucks, alternating goblet Cossack squats, double unders, and rowing. Next week, the same type of workout will progress by including new movements in the same format. And this is going to give our athletes a chance to learn new skills and experience new movements under fatigue. For this second week, you're going to see false grip ring rows, plate-loaded Cossack lunges, wall balls, and bike intervals. If you want to look good and move well and feel resilient in 2023, come try the Done For You program that puts it all together. Show up, train on your schedule in any equipment situation that you have, and build those bricks week by week to send your confidence through the roof. Click the link in my bio to try Persist for 2 weeks absolutely free and get the full experience at no risk. You'll even get some bonus ebooks just for trying the program. We start a new training cycle on Monday, January 2nd. I'll see you there.